What are the top 5 tips to improve your communication skills? Let's find out. So by the way, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Tip number 1, become a tailor. Yes, you've heard me right, a tailor. You know, it's like somebody who tailors your clothes, exactly like that. Because what you want to do, you want to tailor your communication really to your audience. You want to think like a tailor. How can I make it perfectly fit my communication to what they want? So you want to ask yourself questions. What are their wants? What are their needs? And then in your communication, you involve that when you communicate with them, and that way you will be much more effective. And by the way, the super advanced version of that is really, how can I make my audience laugh? Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's one-on-one with a small group, with a bigger group. That's always got to be on your mind. How can you connect with them? How can you tailor your communication to them, their needs and their wants? And yes, this works very well for any business meeting. Tip number 2, you want to become a mirror. Yes, a mirror. You want to mirror your audience. Yeah, the art of mirroring is really an underappreciated art. So let me give you a quick example. Let's say you are a person who's always high energy, exciting, and then you meet somebody who is rather quieter, shyer, more reserved. What should you do? Should you jump in with your high energy, or should you mirror the other person's emotion a little bit more? Right? So the answer is obvious. You should mirror a little bit more their emotion. Yeah. So mirroring is really all about understanding the other person's tone of voice, their mood, their body language. Yeah, you can mirror all these things. When you mirror things that they do and not copy is doing the exact same thing. Yeah, you don't want to do that, but mirror them a little bit more at their level. You can make a faster connection. Does that make sense? So the goal is really to make a deeper connection with your audience, understand them better, connect better with them. Mirroring is a fast way, a giant shortcut way in all communication to do that. Okay, very important though. What's got to be your motivation when you're mirroring is really to connect. Never use it for manipulation. Some people use mirroring for manipulation. You're a great communicator. You don't want to do that. Use it to connect better with your audience. Number 3, become a highlighter. Again, you're thinking, highlighter? What are you talking about? Well, use your vocal highlighting ability more strategically. Yeah, with your voice, with your vocal power, you can highlight and emphasize certain things. Okay, let me give you an example. If you look at these numbers, it's absolutely incredible. Right? And you highlight a certain number that you want to do in your presentation or in the meeting. With your voice, you highlight it. You point it out more clearly. Yeah, so become a highlighter. Tip number 4, become an ander. You're like, what? What are you talking about, Ben? An ander? What's an ander? Yeah, it's a word I just made up. Well, what's the opposite of an ander? Most people overuse the word but. Yeah, I agree with you, but it's a pretty good idea, but, right? I like your plan, but. And but creates instant resistance. Instant resistance, and you know it too. If somebody says to you, share something, and they say, oh, that's interesting, but don't you think? You get this wall up instantly. You have this giant wall up. You're not open anymore, no matter what they say. In communication, you don't want to do that. You want to stop that. So what do you want to do? You want to switch the but to an and. Again, you want to become an ander. Yeah, that's a good idea. And can you hear the difference, by the way? That's a good idea, but that's a good idea. And I can say the exact same thing, by the way. I don't have to agree 100%. I can make another suggestion, but it takes this wall down. It takes this wall down, yeah? I agree, I think it's a good idea, and then I share whatever I want to add to it. But it makes the other side more open. So become an ander. Number 5, you want to become a laser pointer. Meaning what? You want to get to the point faster. You know, if you think of a laser pointer, it shoots one point at the wall or wherever you want to be. It's very focused, everybody's very clear what to focus on. So you want to get your key message across very, very clearly. Most people in their communication, they just beat around the bush. They beat around the bush. You don't want to do that. You want to start off with your key message first. Short, clear, to the point key message. Also, another thing you want to realize is that most of us, we tend to communicate in too difficult language. We try to sound too sophisticated, too smart. We use big words. And we think our audience understands because they nod their heads, but they don't. They don't, yeah? So you want to learn to communicate more in the language that's used for a 5-year-old. 5-year-old vocabulary. Anybody can understand it. You know, one of the reasons Steve Jobs was so famous and so amazing was he used very simple language. Yeah, so for you as well, get to the point in a simple way. Be a laser pointer. And lastly, a little bonus here, become a short storyteller. The emphasis here really is on short. Because nowadays nobody has time no more. Okay, nobody has time. Yeah, you heard that in communication, you want to become a storyteller to be a great communicator. That is absolutely true. But there's one little thing that most people don't get, and that is you want to be able to tell stories in a short way. In a short way. Yeah, let me give you a quick example. Movie Titanic. Yeah, you know the movie, right? You know it. If you don't, you know the story probably. Okay, but how, again, we could tell the story of the Titanic in 2.5 hours, true? Like the movie did, or was it more? Maybe it was more. Or you could tell the story of the Titanic in 90 seconds. True, if you want, even in 9 seconds, right? Tanks crossed the ocean, boom, hit the iceberg, sunk, almost all people dead. Yeah, tragic story, very tragic story. And then you could go into more details, a little bit of the love story, but you would have no problem telling it in 90 seconds, for sure. Again, you want to become good at short storytelling. So comment down below, what was your biggest takeaway? How will you change your communication from now on and become a greater, more effective communicator? Let me know down below. Yeah, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and most importantly, I really look forward to seeing you for the next video.